Hey, welcome. Today we're diving deep. We're going to take just one single ancient verse, one sentence, and completely unpack it. Because you'll see, hidden inside what looks like simple instructions is a whole world of symbolism and meaning. So, let's get into it.
Here it is. This is our mystery, right from the book of Exodus. In English it says, "Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet. With cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them." Now, on the surface, that just sounds like a set of building instructions, right? But believe me, it is so much more. It's actually a symbolic recipe for creating a truly sacred space, and we're going to decode it together.
So, first things first, we've got to understand the context. These weren't just some plans someone drew up. The instruction itself was given by God directly to Moses, and it was for a very, very specific and incredibly important structure that the Israelites needed while they were traveling through the desert.
And that leads us right to the big question. What exactly was this building, this skinia, or as we know it, the tabernacle? What made it so special that it needed these precise and, frankly, beautiful materials?
Think of it like this. It was a portable temple, a sacred tent that literally housed the presence of God and moved right along with the people. This was no fixed building of stone and mortar. It was a dynamic, mobile heart for their entire spiritual community out there in the wilderness. And here's the part you really have to get. Our verse, the one we're looking at, is describing the inside of this tent. These 10 gorgeous curtains weren't the outer layer, getting beat up by the sun and sand. No, they formed the beautiful interior walls and the ceiling. This was a space so holy that only the designated priests were ever allowed to see it. Okay, so if this was the inner sanctum, the most holy place, then you have to ask the question, why these specific things? Why the fine linen? And why these 3 incredibly vibrant and expensive colors? Well, turns out every single choice was deliberate. This is where it gets so cool, because there's a symbolic code at play here. The base material, that fine white linen, it's all about purity and righteousness. Then you add the colors. The blue, or porphyra, was meant to make you think of the heavens, of the divine. The purple was the color of kings, a clear symbol of God's royalty. And finally, that deep red, the scarlet, or scarlet, well, that was a powerful symbol for the blood of sacrifice, which was absolutely central to their entire system of worship.
But the divine blueprint didn't stop with just fabric and color. There was one more crucial element that had to be skillfully woven right into this sacred tapestry, these mysterious beings called cheruvim, or cherubim.
Now, these were not just pretty, decorative angels. In the Bible, cherubim are serious business. They are powerful, celestial guardians. Their whole job is to protect holy ground, and they're almost always associated directly with the throne and the glory of God. So what was the point of weaving their images into the curtains? Well, it was a constant, powerful visual reminder. It basically declared to anyone who entered, this space is unlike any other place on earth. It is divinely guarded, it is set apart, and it is profoundly holy. All right, so we've taken apart the pieces, right? We have the linen, we have the colors, we have the celestial guardians. Now let's put it all back together and see the stunning picture that it creates. When you put all those elements in one place, what's the big message? What was it all supposed to communicate to those priests who were allowed to step inside this holy place? What you get is a complete theological statement woven right into the walls. This wasn't just a tent, it was a spiritual roadmap. It showed that to approach the divine presence, which is royal and heavenly, you need purity and righteousness. It showed that the path is defined by sacrifice. And it leads to a space of guarded, almost overwhelming holiness. All of that packed into the design of just 10 curtains. Incredible. What this really shows us is that every single detail in this divine blueprint had a deep, profound purpose. And that kind of leaves us with one final, lingering thought. If this was the beautiful, symbolic interior, what other layers, what tougher, more rugged materials were needed to protect all this sacredness from the harsh desert world just outside? Now that is a story for another time.